Hey everybody, welcome back to After the Island. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Alex.
And we have Andre. Hey.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Nice
How
to
are
talk to
you?
I took a few days to get myself back, into the flow of things. And yeah, I was looking forward to talking to you guys.
Oh my gosh, same.
We are so excited to talk to the man whose clap was heard around the villa.
Oh my gosh.
Andre,
I cannot believe you did that.
it was so funny.
So I'm gonna have to give you the background story on that. Definitely,
Give it to
because
us.
so obviously that day was really intense for Charlie, right? Even in the locker room with the guys, we talked about his decision and we had an idea. He didn't tell us what he was gonna do, but we knew he was choosing between the two of them, right? The two of
Right.
them being Elena and Cash. Obviously, at that point, I didn't really have much time to decide who I was gonna couple with after finding out from Olivia that she wanted to, continue pursuing Corey. So I got to talk to a couple of the girls as friends leading up to it, but I still didn't know what I was gonna do. Here I am. I'm the second to last person, and I see Trina, Cash, and Atlanta, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with Trina. She's somebody that I've seen her growth from the beginning. I've seen her go through ups and downs, and my speech kind of described exactly why I picked her. But the side of that is I wanted Charlie to be able to make his own decision and be able to, have that moment where I didn't pick Cash because she's super cool. I didn't pick Atlanta because she's beautiful. I just wanted him to have that. Um, so after I picked Trina and I sit down, I'm like, here we go. Get the popcorn ready. I'm just watching him and I could see in his face, his demeanor, he was like in a lot of pressure to make that decision. Up to that point, we had claps for everybody, right? So here I am watching this man pour out his heart, and then all of a sudden he says the name that just shocked everybody. And as soon as he said the name, my first instinct, I had my arm around Trina, I lift my arm around, I start clapping, right? My first look was to the girls, to Cash and to Atlanta. They were both shocked. So I'm like, that's weird. And then I look back this way and everybody is like, all these crazy faces. And then I took one last look at Trina and then I hit him with that one last clap and I kind of just put my hands away.
Oh my God.
I had no idea.
It was such
was
comic
so
relief
funny.
and such an intense moment. Like,
I'm saying like that. That's hilarious that it kind of grew on its own like that.
yeah, everyone was like, I remember my first recoupling.
It was so funny. Have
Oh
you seen
man,
the clip back of it?
yeah, first thing as soon as I got out, people were telling me about that, and I was like, "Are you guys serious?" And then they showed me all the memes that they put of me just randomly popping up, clapping and stuff. I was just like, "Oh man." At least Charlie knows, I had his back.
Right.
So
Oh my gosh.
funny.
It's so freaking funny.
So, Andre, before you came in, I'm assuming you were probably in lockdown for a while and didn't know what order you were coming in. As you were watching the show, who were you interested in up until that point, even if they had like gotten sent home?
My arrival was late because actually I was supposed to be in the first wave, then I was supposed to be in the second wave, and that was Father's Day week, and my daughter was with me. So I told them, I was like, guys, I really want to be involved, but I'm not gonna pass up on because she was with me in Miami. Me and her mom split time. So she had literally came down like 3 days before they let me know, hey, we want you to come. And I was like, guys, she literally just came down a couple days ago. She's staying a couple weeks with me. I really want to be a part of this, but I hope you guys understand, like, she is my priority and like I want to spend this time with her. Thank God everything worked out. They were super cool about it. They understood where I was coming from. And then I ended up coming in the third wave. But leading up to that, I did have to watch. I never watched Love Island before, but this year, at first when I arrived in Hawaii, I told them I was like, "Oh, I don't want to watch. I just want to get there and just like let everything be new." And then they're like, "Well, actually, we prefer you to kind of know already what's going on." So originally, I was attracted to Amy from just kind of, being Latina, being very similar to the girls I've dated before. Um, and then as that went on, I was uh when Flo came in, I was like, wow, Flo is very attractive too. And also the type of features that I would go for usually. But then I also thought of it, I was like, you know what? I didn't come all the way to Hawaii to go after the same kind of girls that I've gone after before. So then I started to look at it from a different perspective, and Olivia stood out to me as like being such a strong woman and like somebody that like goal oriented, knows what she wants. Going into it, I didn't know that she had also the same faith, being Christian, and her dad was a pastor, stuff like that, which really made it easy for me to just be myself when I first got there. Just being able to talk freely and openly about like my beliefs and how I see life and things like that with her made it super amazing on our date and everything. Um, but yeah, those are the three that I was really like interested in, like perhaps getting to know better than just friends.
Do you think you'll reach out to Flo at all since she's single and you're single
You
and in
know,
Miami?
I'm sure we'll cross paths. I found out that we're in the same modeling agency. My
Oh,
Oh,
agent,
that's funny.
yeah, my she looks familiar. My agent let me know um when I arrived back. They're like, "Oh, how'd it go? How was everything?" And then they're like, "Yeah, we had another girl from the agency." I was like, "Who?" And they said Flo. And I was like, "Wow, I knew she looked familiar."
what a small
Yeah,
world.
wow.
What a small world. Can you kind of explain to us a little bit what went on with Olivia? Like what happened to the point where the recoupling happened and Corey picked her?
Yeah, of course, of course. So as soon as I got there, the night I arrived in the Fashion Nova sleepover party, I not had to, right? Because it's not like a bad thing, but I kissed like five different girls on the first night, so it was like hard to kind of let it be known who I was interested in. But Olivia was one of the people that I kissed, the whipped cream kiss. We kind of had exchanged eyes and looks and stuff. During the guys' conversation, we were hanging out. I told Corey, I was like, "Hey, I want to approach Olivia and kind of pursue her." And at the time, he told me, he was like, "Don't worry, I'm actually between Bailey and Olivia, so do your thing." And I was like, "I'm more than happy to take one of those problems off of your hands." so so that was like right from the beginning. I wanted to be very clear. And then the next day I got the text and I got to pick somebody to go on a date. Again, I had no idea that she played soccer and that was going to be our date. So we go to the date. We're just hitting on all cylinders. Everything's going really good. She lets me know that she felt the spark that she hadn't felt at all to that point, like that instant spark, and that she was happy I was there. So that was great. Then the next day, we have some more conversations in the beginning of the day, but then later in the afternoon, maybe like 2 hours before recoupling, I pulled her to have another chat just to kind of see where her mind was at, and she told me that um, basically if she was gonna go with her head, that I checked all the boxes and that I was exactly the kind of person she was looking for, but that she wanted to follow her heart in this experience. And I totally understood that. And it actually became that night I did the cheers, and that was actually what my cheers was about. Everybody just not being afraid to make decisions with their heart instead of their head, especially in a Love Island experience like we were in. I think that our hearts are the most important things that we carry with us, not just to live, but to show love. So I totally got her, and I respected her. And I had a talk with Corey after, and I told him, I was like, bro, hopefully this is a wake-up call for you and you guys can like step it up. You can't just leave things in the air like this. You've done it before in this experience, and
Yeah,
somebody
totally.
can literally just come in and snatch the person that you like the most, that you have the most connection with, because you weren't assertive about what you wanted. Yeah, from that moment on, it was Corey and Olivia, and I was growing my friendship with Trina.
Walk us through the Trina situation. Like we loved you guys together. We thought that you matched so perfectly on like the maturity level. You both, I don't know, like it just clicked for some reason.
Uh, yeah, Trina was so nice to be partnered with and coupled up with. Going into it, I made it clear that it was a friendship couple specifically because I had 2 hours to make that decision because I was so focused on Olivia.
Mm.
But from there, I was so happy with my decision because, like you guys said, the maturity level was there. Like it was obvious. I respected her family and like her background and like me being a first generation immigrant coming to this country. I know what families go through, and to see the structure and stability that her family provided to her just showed me like this girl has a great foundation and like has really a lot going on for herself. So I wanted to grow that. I wanted to show her, and I told her, I was like, hey, if you know, I'm gonna be realistic. We have less than a week to before the finale. I don't know if it's ever gonna escalate while we're here, but I want to show you exactly how I think you should be treated. I know, and I've seen that you've been through a lot, just in this last month. And if anything, I want you to leave knowing exactly what you need to see in a man moving forward, exactly how you should be treated and the respect level. And you know, towards the end, it was almost like some of the people were kind of like had approached me about maybe I was leading her on or doing this or doing that, but I was like, I am just this is me. I don't want to be partnered with somebody and then the other couples are holding hands and walking to the couch, and I'm gonna hold her hand too because I want her to feel that love as well. And I told her and I made it clear to her, I was like, you don't have to be in a romantic relationship to show love to someone. Like I'm a true believer that you can love your friend, you love your family, you love your pets, you can really show affection. And that's kind of how our relationship grew. And I think because she would make fun of me sometimes. She was like, the fact that I said that we were a friend couple so many times, but it was exactly because I didn't want like to any like
Yeah.
misunderstanding. But she really got it. She understood that, and man, she's gonna be somebody that I have in my life for a long, long time because she's somebody that's great to talk to. I trust her advice, and I feel like she feels the same about me.
She definitely does. And she spoke
Yes.
so highly of you when we interviewed her. And she was like, he set the bar so high for me. And, like I want, someone like him.
Yeah, I have the chills right now.
That's
I'm such a
awesome.
freak. No, it's just we were talking to her too, and it was just so interesting to watch your relationship because as we did know, you guys were in a friendship couple, but there was just uh, like you said, no matter what, even if you are in a friendship couple, you showed her the love that she deserves. And we were all like, Andre and Trina should win.
I
Like
know.
we were rooting for you guys. We really were. I
Thank
was
you.
so pissed when you guys got kicked off.
Same. I think you guys had
Thank
a chance
you.
of winning as a friendship couple, actually.
Which is crazy, right? Like crazy that we could have shattered that, notion of how it has to be done for you to finish at the end. But I wouldn't change one thing. I could have forced it and just maybe played it like, oh yeah, we're getting to more than friends, or like gave it titles or anything. But I feel like before that, when America voted us top 3 as a friendship couple, that showed me like, wow, they're really seeing the honesty and seeing the how genuine we are about this connection that we're starting from the bottom. And that showed me, I was like, nah, there's no need to fake it. There's no need to like, act a certain way, or make people think that it's something that it's not. Because I felt that love from America for both of us. And man, I don't know if they showed it on the episode because I haven't seen any yet since I got out. But as soon as Ariel told us, they were like, in today's vote, you guys will be making the decision. I went to the side and I whispered to Trina, I was like, if only it was America.
Oh
And
yeah,
So
we all
true.
said that.
That is so true.
Yeah, or if it was America, you guys would stay. We knew that, and that was
yeah, and
yeah.
and we even tried to appeal to the fact that it was like when she described the selection, she made it clear like friendship aside, this aside, it's all about compatibility.
Mhm.
And as far as being compatible, me and Trina felt like we were one of the strongest couples as far as that goes. But we also did understand that, it is a game and there are strategies, and for them to send us out because we're the only friendship couple, like it was obvious. And like I totally understand where everybody was coming from with that.
And one more message from our sponsors, Nutrafol. Did you know that 30 million women are impacted by weaker thinning hair? If you're one of them, you're not alone, and there's a solution you can trust to deliver results. Nutrafol. The supplement supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting the 5 root causes of thinning: stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, and metabolism. I say it all the time. I love Nutrafol. Take it every morning, and I've actually been noticing my hair getting a little bit thicker, which is very exciting because I had a traumatic hair experience a couple of years ago. But healthier hair growth takes time. It could take up to 3 to 6 months to experience the change you're looking for. So you can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code After the Island to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code After the Island. Yeah, it was just like nice to see it. It was a change up.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I wish we had you on sooner in the season.
I know.
Oh
We'd love to see
man,
you.
that would have been
know.
awesome.
Oh my
Did
gosh.
you ever
that
go
would
back
be-
and do it again?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I'm not sure. I had such a great experience, and like being able to be accepted with like all the things that have happened in my past relationships, and being a father and all that. Even though in the real world I've always been like applauded for the father I am, and everything that I've done in my life, you still have that own like self thought of like, oh man, like is this too much to like be doing something like this when I do carry myself a certain way, and it was totally out of my comfort zone. But being able to be myself through that experience and not feel like I was forced to do anything, it does give me like some light to like where I would consider doing something like this again, or just something in general where like a reality or something like that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're like made for it
Yeah,
because you're just
you're
so
great.
yourself, and you hold your own very well.
You also just
Thank
know
you.
yourself too.
Mhm. Yeah, no, we loved you. Because like at
Thank you
first
so much.
we were skeptical about you and KC. We were like, why are they bringing guys in so late? Like, what's going on? The pictures they posted of you guys in the bed, Andre.
Oh my gosh.
They
They
were
did you dirty.
so
That's
scary.
They did you
They were
dirty.
so
That was
scary.
such a terrifying
It was
photo.
so
The
funny.
memes of that were hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I can't imagine.
You sold us on you like episode 2. We were like, we love him.
Thank you. Yeah, when I got out, I did hear about the craziness on the first day with my past relationships and things like that, and people going crazy about it. But once I got out, I talked to my ex-wife, my daughter's mother, my mother, and like they were all, honestly, I had to make sure they were okay because who knows how they're handling it. But they all handled it well. They said that they were actually worried about me because they didn't want people to get the wrong picture of who I am or how I am. And they said that the first day was hard to watch the craziness on like Twitter and this and that, and people pulling up a bunch of stuff. But they said, like you guys said, from the second day, I just needed another day to like be able to have those conversations. And so I did. And, everybody was able to have all those questions and doubts like clarified by me, which is like the
Very
best
nice.
person.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like they didn't really give you any time because they brought you in so late at the end of the episode. All we got to see was
Your day
you
with
guys
Olivia.
come in, and then
Yeah.
everyone's looking you up, and then they have a whole night to come up with all of these rumors.
Yeah.
But you literally the next day we were like, oh my god, yeah, he just laid it all out on the table. It was great. So like,
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
you were just great on the show.
Let's take a quick break to hear from one of our sponsors, BetterHelp. If you're searching for a therapist, you need to check out BetterHelp. BetterHelp is professional counseling done securely online. With BetterHelp, you can start communicating with your own licensed therapist through phone or video in just 48 hours, and the service is available worldwide, since I know a lot of you viewers are not just based in the US, so this is a good addition for you to know. So since it doesn't matter where you are, BetterHelp is there for you. Just visit betterhelp.com/aftertheisland. That's better, HELP, to join the over 1 million people who have used BetterHelp. And you can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/aftertheisland. That's 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/aftertheisland. We love therapy. I've been using it. I think I've really been benefiting from it. It's just really nice to be able to talk to someone that's unbiased and just tell them everything that's going on and get like a professional opinion on what you might be going through in life. I think it just really helps.
Just remember, you can't love someone else until you love yourself.
If you're tired of always having to figure out what to eat, then you need to check out HelloFresh. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips. Their meal kits allow you to have dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes, plus the produce in their kits gets from the farm to your door in less than a week. Instead of searching for fresh, high-quality ingredients, it's simply delivered to you. Last night, Alex and I watched the finale together. We did Italian night, so we made pasta. It was great. They gave us all the ingredients right here. It had my whole apartment smelling amazing, too. It was like we didn't even need to have a candle because it just all smelled like Italian-ness.
Yum, I'm Italian.
And
So yummy.
yeah, we'd love Italian. And this summer isn't over yet, so if you're looking for easy grilling, you can get HelloFresh's grilling bundles, burger packs, surf and turf packs, and more. Just go to HelloFresh.com/AfterTheIsland14. Use code AfterTheIsland14 for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/AfterTheIsland14 and use code AfterTheIsland14 for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. What was your favorite memory while you were there?
Honestly, was when me and Trina, it was a shock to both of us that we were in the top 3 voted by America. For us, that was probably the biggest shock, just because, you do hear all the time, this isn't Friendship Island, it's kind of corny, but you hear it all the time. And any good relationship should start as a good friendship, but we didn't really have time to grow that. So in such a short time to be voted top 3 was something that we'll remember, and also helped me with just like staying true to myself, and just like seeing that people resonated with, just the honesty and the being so genuine about everything, and with Trina as well. Like, I've heard from everybody how much people loved her as well, just because of her ups and downs through the season, and her growth was amazing as well.
Absolutely. Speaking of friendships, we saw you had a little bromance on there with
Oh
Will.
my gosh, I know.
Tell
Yeah,
us
that's my
about your
bro.
bromance with Will.
That's my bro. Going into it, I could already see that we were gonna click. I didn't know him personally or like anything about him, but just from, some of his easiness talking to people, the fact that people felt comfortable talking to him, and him being from Colombia, me being from Brazil, was something that immediately I knew we were gonna click. And then I also found out he was raised by a single mother, and he was raised around women. I was raised by my mom, my aunts, my grandma, all women. So for me, we connected in that level. And, I saw Casa more like everybody did, but I also saw from my perspective him coming and being honest to her about it like right away. And that couldn't have been easy, like especially when he knows how much, Kira was into him already from like a couple weeks in. And he always stood firm with what he said, that they had communicated about okay to know other people, or to do this or do that. And yes, he did take it more steps than she was willing to, but until you have those conversations and you have those things established, I wasn't gonna hold them to the standard that I saw some people hold them to. So we were able to have real good conversations about that. And I did tell him once he got out of the villa that he mentioned to me that they were gonna watch it together. And I told him that's gonna be a lot harder than anything you've experienced so far, even with telling her, because when you tell somebody something that's really difficult, the coping mechanism is going to be to imagine it the least painful way you can while taking in all the facts.
Yeah.
But when you see it, the videos, and you see the locks of like the eye locking between him and Flo, and just like those different moments that they shared, I know that that's going to be hard. But I think that they're ready and they're prepared for this. And, Will has stood by his word about everything that happened. And yeah, Will's a good guy, and I think they're gonna be good. I think they're definitely gonna be good.
That's kind of what we were thinking too. Like, I do think it's gonna be an extremely hard obstacle for them, especially adding in all of the pressures from outside and any criticism they get. And, just,
Yeah,
social media can be very brutal no matter what platform. And that'll be
absolutely.
tough for them to watch on top of that too. But I do feel like they really have come to a place where they do trust each other and they are very on the same page. And I think there is a chance that they could survive all of that and maybe really work.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I actually we talked about the way that you gave him that advice because they showed that on the show. And I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
Andre is so like emotionally mature because I didn't even think of it like that. But when you
Yeah.
brought it up, I was like, he is so right about picturing it in your mind and actually seeing it in front of you are two very different things.
There's a
Kind of
dynamic that we didn't
ever think
consider,
about.
and
Yeah.
and now seeing it, we're like, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So go, Andre.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I like to say that people that have a lot of life experience and people that read a lot of books are like the best people to talk to.
100%.
So for me, I was never a big book reader because I was always, playing sports, just being out and about, doing things. But I have been dealt a lot of different cards in my life. My journey to where I am today is like I've been through a lot, just not in relationships, but professions and career and just like life. So I have learned a lot, and my faith has been able to keep me strong through the hard times. And I don't push my faith on anybody, but I like to be somebody that people can talk to. And I'm always open and welcoming to conversations. I love getting to know people and like hearing their story and kind of sharing my story, and hopefully something that I've gone through or handled can help somebody else.
I love that.
That
Wow.
was like just so amazing. And that's why I think you and Trina, no, seriously, that's why
Yeah.
you and Trina seriously had such a great connection that we all saw because you both were like the house therapists, is what we were saying. Like literally just giving everyone advice. And it wasn't like shitty advice. Like
No,
it was legit.
It's like the emotional intelligence is just on another
Yeah,
level,
unmatched.
another very
Thank you guys.
very
I'd
nice
like to
and
think
refreshing
that
to see.
I'd like to think that I'm at that level now. I've made mistakes in the past, but you have to learn. And that's what I told Trina as well in one of our conversations, was like, she was kind of like at one point wanting some more answers about like, where are we going with this. But I told her that I've experienced in the past where I've been in a relationship where like there has been the implications of leading on because there wasn't like that hard commitment because you're still kind of feeling it out. And I took a lot of responsibility for that, and I didn't want to commit those same mistakes. So that's why I was so firm with her on the friends couple, even to the point where she would joke around about like, I get it. You don't have to keep saying it in every interview.
So going off of kind of like, the friendship thing, can you give us your 3 best friends from the villa?
My 3 best friends from the villa would definitely be Will, Casey, and Trina.
I feel like you've done such a good job like filling us in on your whole journey and where you're at, and we have so much respect for you and we think you're awesome, and I'm so excited for everyone that will listen to this and get to hear from you. Like, I think you have an awesome message and a very powerful presence and a big influence on people, and
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
happy for you that
I
you
wanna
got to
know.
experience this. I want more of you. I want you to go on another show. I need to see more of Andre.
Yeah, what's next
Oh
for you?
man, for me right now, I just came back to Miami and I was there for a couple of days. I got to hang out with Casey and a couple of the girls who were in town. We had a good time, and then the next day I drove up to Jacksonville. I took my daughter to her first day of kindergarten today, and then
Oh,
we got to do those cannonballs at the pool yesterday that I promised her.
oh my gosh, yes.
Took her to gymnastics, so I'm just soaking that up right now. From my previous experience doing, the Telemundo show, the competition show, that was 4 months. So leaving that was even harder to adjust. You have that from 100 to like being a model full time. I create my schedule, and it's basically a maintaining, throughout
Right.
until jobs come in. So my schedule just like slows down so hard, and I knew that it was going to be an adjustment period again. So I decided to come up to Jacksonville for like a week and a half, kind of just be with my mom, my brother, my daughter, and just kind of get back into a rhythm. and then head back down to Miami. I already have some castings, some different things lined up. I'm actually low key working on a production with like a little cooking show with me and my daughter. Like we're kind of like have that in the works.
Oh, we love
Oh.
that. It's very
But
exciting. Happy for you. And that all sounds great. And, I'm happy you can take that time to decompress everything and see your family and, just have all of that for a little bit before totally going right back into work.
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm open to any opportunity. I've passed up on a lot of opportunities before choosing to do Love Island. Like I originally said no. And then, through kind of doing a little research and seeing that it wasn't like as crazy or as extreme as some of these other dating shows can be, that kind of appealed more to like my personality. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's go through the steps. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I'm totally open to hearing, I've actually heard a few people say that they want to see more of me and they want me to do more
Yes.
We
things
definitely
so they
do.
can see, and I'm totally open for it. I had a great time and I appreciate hearing that.
Aw.
Yes.
Yay.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Andre, for coming on. We are so excited to meet you. Hopefully we can meet one day in person. And
Where are you guys at?
we're in LA.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So
make
you got to
trips
get out
to
here.
LA and New York, so I'll definitely be hitting you guys up.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yes, we would love that.
Send me a message so I can have your Instagrams and not just the podcast. And then
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
we
We
will, of
will.
course.
We will.
Of
And
course.
we're going to link Andre's Instagram below. So go
Yes.
follow him, show him some love. And thank you so much. Thanks, Andre.
Bye, Andre.
Thank you guys.
Bye.